Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Pagi ni kita cakap tentang resilient ataupun daya tahan dalam hidup sebagai profesional ataupun sebagai individu dalam personal life. Setengah orang dia akan doing very well given the right situation, right environment, everything being provided, everything available, the right ecosystem. So people can do very well in the right ecosystem. This is normal. In the right ecosystem, with all support measures and everything, mereka akan doing very well. But dalam hidup, professionally ataupun personally, things can always going wrong. Crisis can happen without we can expect, and problems may happen, and some kind of test can just simply appear in front of us. Jadi, kalau orang yang dia tak berdaya tahan ni, bila ada ujian, dugaan ni, dia akan crack, dia akan broken, dia akan going down and don't know how to come back. To some point, kalau teruk sangat, even they can commit suicide. For them, that's it. Okay, something like that lah. But resilient people, orang yang bertahan ni, dia akan broken, dia akan crash, okay? But they will find a way how to come back. The question now, how to create ataupun develop the resilience. How kita nak bangun satu sikap berdaya tahan ni. Bagi saya, caranya ialah, dalam hidup ni, we are not always looking for shortcuts, fast track untuk kita develop ourselves, untuk kita naik ke atas. So, bila kita, even though kita tak perlu kita go through everything, kan? Contohnya saya dulu take almost 20 years before I decided to start a business. Tak perlu sampai 20 tahun, tapi my point here, what we can learn, what we can do basically, there are processes that we cannot bypass. Contohnya, kita tak boleh nak cari jalan mudah untuk selesaikan masalah. Kita kena hadapi masalah tu. Perkara ni boleh dibentuk. Even parents can play their role to our children, so that kita mula ajar anak-anak kita ni selesaikan masalah sendiri, dan to be accountable to their own so-called some kind of wrong judgment or mistake to some point. Mereka perlu berani diajar, dididik, hadapi consequences of their own actions, and how to overcome, how to fix their own problems or mistakes, how they can learn from that. Sebab tu kita kena ajar anak kita macam tu. Contohnya, anak-anak kita di sekolah, mereka tak siap kerja sekolah. Biar mereka hadapi consequences, hukuman daripada cikgu, so that they learn from that. Bukan kita yang selesaikan, kita marah cikgu contohnya lah. Kan? Sebab tu, resilient ni dibentuk ialah satu karakter yang kita bentuk daripada pengalaman kita menghadapi krisis ataupun menyelesaikan masalah. Sebab tu kita akan cuba cari, kita tengok perkara from different perspective. Contoh saya ni bukan jenis yang, hidup saya banyak masalah, cabaran saya banyak besar. Okay? Ada lebih cabaran saya. From the start, hidup saya ni memang, of course, I came from a poor family, miskin. Banyak tak ada. Bila habis belajar first degree, saya kena tanggung adik-adik saya sekolah lagi. Masa tu ada 3 orang sekolah lagi. Saya kena tanggung sebab my parents dah get sick kan. My mom kena stroke, my late father kena stroke, and after that. So, same time saya ada my own family, baru kahwin and everything. So, memang naturally I have to survive on my own. I can't expect much supports because my sibling pun, they all struggle their own way lah. Kita faham. Okay, so, tapi every problem tu, saya tak nampak sebagai masalah. Saya nampak sebagai satu, yes, this is a test. How I can figure it out. Kan? Sebab tu saya ni jenis yang always dynamic dari segi melihat sesuatu perkara. Contoh masa saya, sebab tu dalam hidup ni kita sentiasa positif. Contoh masa saya my first job kan. It was comfortable job, my boss suka saya memang tak ada masalah. Tapi saya tengok kalau saya stay, saya akan ada limited opportunity untuk practice my technical, untuk brush up my technical punya skills. Because my company was small, okay, but even though the boss was nice, everything, I like my job, but somehow I cannot take it as it is. Sebab saya kena as an engineer, engineering graduate, saya kena ada some kind of practical knowledge ataupun hands-on knowledge when it comes to practical engineering. So I left the job for me to seek better exposure. So macam tu lah. Banyak saya diuji lah. Sebab tu bila kita diuji ni, itulah akan membentuk kita punya karakter untuk menjadi seorang yang lebih berdaya tahan dan juga berdaya saing. Resilience. Kita find the way how to figure out better solution or how to solve the problem. Okay, similar masa saya masuk kerja di kerajaan kan. Sampai selepas 6 tahun, sampai satu point, I love my job, tapi I cannot move up further because I was not given the required support for me to do something better, because I'm always wanted to see my career ataupun my job to go to the next stage. Masa tu saya uruskan satu undang-undang. Saya in charge untuk kuatkan undang-undang tu. Kemudian bila saya nak kuatkan, saya perlukan resources. Saya perlukan staff. Kan? Kemudian tapi bila saya minta ke management, tak dapat. Fair enough. I cannot change the management. So, okay lah. Fair enough. Okay, so anggap dia tak nak support saya. Fair enough. Kemudian saya, I tak duduk, I tak stay, I duduk merungut and all that. Okay. I cannot change you. I make the change. I left lepas tu. I left the organisation. Walaupun walaupun dah selesa, dah secure lah sokong kerjaan ni. Okay, something like that. Okay. Lepas tu so resilient ni dibentuk daripada sikap kita sendiri. Okay, yang kita sentiasa mencari jalan untuk get better, even though we have to go through some kind of so-called discomfort in our life. Kan? Sebab kita nak selesa je semua, kita tak akan susah lah. Kita nak selesa everything, kita nak cara kita, our way, tak boleh. Hidup bukan macam tu. There are a lot of things kita tak boleh kawal. Okay, di luar sana, tapi kita boleh kawal how kita navigate our journey. Itulah resilient. Okay, resilient ni kita akan kasih tahu karakter yang buatkan kita boleh survive anywhere. Campaklah kat mana pun and all that. Okay, contoh je lah. Contoh lagi masa sebab saya tak tahu cerita orang, saya bercerita pengalaman saya. Okay, when during the PKP kan, PKP ni masa tu MCO COVID-19 datang. I just started my freelance business. I secured long-term contract 3 tahun. So I felt comfortable lah masa tu. And bila COVID-19 came in, ada MCO, my main client business was very bad. They reviewed my service contract. They cut 70% of my contract value. Bayangkan tu. So somehow, okay, I was shocked. I was down, but I had to figure out something. How I survived? Somehow along the way, I started online kind of services. You know, I online mode. Okay, I tried put up a video, YouTube video. I started to learn how to use Zoom, and then I conducted training, online training for even not in Malaysia market, overseas market somehow. So I figured out the way how to overcome all that. So that's why after that, I struggled for a few months during COVID because of the cut of the service contract. But I managed to figure out, okay, how to go for alternative. It pushed me to become more creative somehow. So resilient ni dibentuk daripada sikap kita. The conclusion dia, there are processes dalam hidup ni kita kena overcome that. Kita kena bypass. Don't look for shortcut. Okay, go through all the hardship. That will build our character to become more resilient. Okay, resilient in dealing with anything. Because resilient ni is a character that kita akan develop and kita akan own. Kita akan, will stay in ourselves. So that will keep us survive in any situation, insyaAllah. InsyaAllah lah. So keep us always positive. We always creative. And also we can also keep pushing ourselves to get the best out of us. We won't feel comfortable. Okay, when tested, we figure out the way. And of course, we have berserah pada Allah lah. That's my point about being resilient. Okay, ataupun berdaya tahan. InsyaAllah. All the best semua. Semoga kita semua akan stay resilient.